What's up, nerds and nerdettes and we little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G with Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. Alright everyone, now that you saw how to set it up, it's time to get back to the table and let me show you how to play Choose Your Own Adventure House of Danger board game. Welcome back, my friends. So you hopefully just saw the last video in our series, in our showcase series, and that was the Big Johnny G, You Set Me Up for House of Danger by Z-Man Games. This is a board game version of the old Choose Your Own Adventure book game of the same title, which was brought to us by R.A. Montgomery. Now, this updated version, and yes, it is updated. If you've gone through the original book, even if you remember parts of it, this will be different in a lot of cases. Anyway, maybe if not all of them. So this updated version is brought to us by Prospero Hall. So this is listed as a cooperative game. I personally feel it's more of a solo game. You can involve any amount of other players that you want in it. And then it becomes a discussion game. Every time you get to make a choice, the discussion would be made, we'd go to a vote, but ultimately the current reader for that turn gets to decide what's going to happen. Alright, so if you're not familiar with the Choose Your Own Adventure books, or even the Endless Quest books by TSR, then what this is a story. And unlike other storybooks, you get to make choices, what the character does, and that will lead you to different pages that have different consequences according to those choices that you made. So the object of this game is that you are an aspiring detective and psychic investigator. For weeks, you've experienced recurring nightmares that you sense might be important. Your mission is to get to the bottom of these visions. You're going to decide how to move through the story as a group. The story is divided into 5 chapters, each of which will be played in a single session. You could binge your way through it. I'm just reading what's right here to you, making it official. So if it's a group play, then everything is done by group decision, as I said, but the current reader gets to decide. So how to play this game is, first thing you're going to do after you have everything all set up, you have your 2 starter kits out, your bottle of water, your pocket knife. These are only the Chapter 1 cards, while you are leaving the further chapter cards in the box. This story deck is only Chapter 1. As I just said, for the clue cards, the further chapters will be left to the side. You don't need them yet. You're always going to want to keep this on top, because this book cover will cover what's coming up next, so you won't get any hints to what's going on. So remember, you always want to keep this on top for the secrecy of the game, and it makes the tension a little bit bigger, I guess, in a sense, because you don't know what's happening next. So once you have all this all set up, you're ready to go, you're going to have one of the players is going to start things off. And what you're going to do is you're going to take out Chapter 1, and you're going to read it. It is a double-sided card, and at the end of it, it says continued on story card 1. This will be placed to the side, and then it will be continued on story card 1. Now, when you discard the cards, you're always going to discard them with the number up in case you have to go back to a certain page number. Let me get this back. Now, early on in the first chapter, one of the clues that you will get is going to be the goal. And whenever you get a goal card, that's not it, you're going to put it up here with the goal facing, so you know what you need to do to end the chapter. The story cards that I previously mentioned, they are going to have effects on it that in most cases, when you fail, it will tell you to raise the danger meter. So you see the series of numbers here. 3 3s, 3 4s, 3 5s, a 6, and then this -2 psychic symbol. These numbers along the side are the difficulty that you're going to have to meet or beat. So at 3, you need 3 or better. You need to meet that number 3 or beat it. And you'd roll the die. 2, that is a failure. You would read the card as to what the effects of a failure are. And in most cases, as I said, it's going to end up raising the danger level. And obviously, at some point, you're going to get to the top of this track. You're either going to reach it or go past the top of the track. But you never really go past the top of the track. Once you get here, you're going to go down 2 points on your psychic scale. Ouch. And then this, follow the arrow, is going to reset at the topmost 3. Unless the card says otherwise, and I have not seen that thus far, it never resets to the bottom 3. Now, if you had been using an item for a challenge, and the item's symbol matches the challenge symbol, then you can get the bonus. In this case, it's a +1. So that 2, if I needed 3 or better, that 2 would have become a 3, and I would have passed. Now, whenever you're using an item, and you roll a 1, there's a reminder right here, 1, challenge loss. 1 is always a challenge loss. However, if you were using a challenge boost item, such as this pocket knife, and you rolled a 1, you lose it. You can figure it out thematically however you want for the story. It breaks, it falls down a sewer grate or something, or you figure it out. But for whatever it is, that is a critical fail, and the consequences, whatever you're using, is going to go in the discard pile, because that's gone. Now, the challenges in the game are going to have 1 of 5 symbols. There's a symbol for climbing, for fighting, for dexterity, for perception, and strength. And these are going to be rolled, and you are only going to get bonuses if you have a card, if it says so, maybe because of a high psychic level, or because of a challenge boost item that you have currently slotted in. During the game, as effects and items happen to boost your psychic mover here, during the course of the game, there are going to be effects, there are going to be items, perhaps clues, that are going to increase your psychic scale, which starts at 3. There are certain cards in the story deck that will have effects if it says that you have a level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, or level 5 psychic scale. Then there are going to be different effects. So you're going to want to keep track of this. Speaking of psychic stuff, don't forget what I said at the beginning of this video. The other side of this board, remember, there were clues in there. These aren't the only clues. You must remember something at least from the picture, if not the entire thing. Now you'll know when you get to the end of the chapter, because you'll see a chapter goal achieved card. Now after you achieve the chapter, on the flip side of that is the story return option, which will allow you to go back and explore areas that you did not explore before in order to acquire items that you are going to need, probably, maybe, moving forward. And you're going to continue this through Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, and Chapter 5. And that will be the end of it. The end. Or will it be? Remember, this is a choose-your-own-adventure game. And there are going to be options that you miss. There are going to be options that you forget. and there's going to be things that you didn't do. So there is a limited amount of replayability to this game. And the last thing I want to add in is just remember the golden rule. That no matter what a rule in the book says, if there's a contradiction on a card, then that card's contradiction is what you're going to need to go by. So really, that's about it. A lot of decision making, you're going to have some challenges you're going to have to roll on, and you're going to get the chance to use clues and items that you find to help boost you during those experiences. The rule book is it's a 7-page booklet, like 5 of them are actually rules, you know, so you're not reading, the front doesn't have an actual rule on it, and the very back. So yeah, you got 5 pages, that's it, 5 lousy pages. Really easy. Alright, so I think I'm gonna skip the first rounds on me just because this game is, the rounds are so quick and it's just reading. I'm gonna skip that, and for this we're not gonna do a first rounds on me, but I will do a playthrough of this for Friday Night Filler. It'll be a live playthrough, so remember, there's gonna be spoilers. Alright, so thank you everyone for going over to Facebook, and Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you so much for seeing what we do over there, which isn't a lot, but we do a few things over there. Thank you. And also, thank you for heading over to our Zazzle store and taking a look at some of our cool t-shirt merch and hat merch. We got mugs and cups, and our still number one product is the Potion of Healing mug. So a lot of people seem to like that, so go check it out. Maybe it's something that you'll like, or you'll know someone that will like it. And I can't say it enough, thank you so much for coming over here to YouTube, for watching our videos, for liking our videos, for commenting on our videos. And thank you so much for sharing our videos. I'm your buddy Big Johnny G, the Two-Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming, and my friends, I am